Hey world, it's your host Marshall. Thanks for tuning into my podcast, runONthoughts. Here we talk about everything and nothing because we are not afraid to be all of ourselves even as we evolve. And that's my thought for my fellow thought thinkers as we unpack our traumas, past hurts, and other BS. Y'all ready? Let's go. Hey thought thinkers, I'm back at it again for another episode of runONthoughts. I am excited and happy to be here and stand in a place of complete gratitude for anyone and all of you who have listened from the very first time, and anyone who is listening for the first time. I simply would like to say thank you, and I hope you get what you need, and I hope that you are able to then take it out into the world and share what you learn. Take in what you need, and what you don't need, don't throw it away. Sit it up on a shelf for when you need it, if someone else needs it. We are a family here. We are a community. We are a community that does not judge. We simply unpack and unlearn and relearn and get back to ourselves. And with that, this is the Sunday morning before Thanksgiving, and any of you who know me know that I love the holiday season. I will be celebrating Thanksgiving big, and I am grateful to be able to do that. I have 2 Aldi gift cards that I'm probably just going to walk into Aldi and give away on Monday after work, but I am excited. I wasn't even going to record this weekend, but it's so crazy. When I'm not recording, my mind gets so full. I can't think, I can't sleep, because the random thoughts, these run-on thoughts that I have, they begin to consume me. And I haven't done any prep work for this. I haven't come up with the title. Today's title is entitled Random Thoughts because these are random thoughts. I'm going to try to keep it focused and about something, but the truth is, what I really want to say today is that all of the episodes, all of the things that we have ever unpacked and unlearned and discussed are for this holiday season. It's showtime, you guys. It's showtime. Everything that you have learned this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, you get to practice. Isn't that crazy? I am so happy that it's been scaring me. Have you guys ever wanted to have a good cry because life is good? It's so crazy that when you do all of this unpacking, you never realize that even in joy, a new fear develops because things are so good that you've been traumatized to see chaos as a way of life that you find it hard to believe that the good can simply be good. And I am working on that for myself. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm getting ready to turn 50 years old, and I am excited and I am happy and I am living in a state of joy because I have curated that for myself. But now these crazy thoughts about something happening, something going wrong, and the truth is, something has always happened. Something has always gone wrong. But like I tell you guys, we are existing in a life that is full of lessons, that is full of blessings, that is full of ups and downs, that is full of all types of things. And my real joy doesn't come from whether or not something that's not good happens. Of course, there are things that none of us want to happen. But for the most part, I have been able to fight through, get through, walk over, unlearn, do the work, lean on someone, curate a new experience. And for that, I'm going to practice being in the moment. Most of the time, I am a very organized person, and I am constantly thinking about and preparing for the future. But what that means is that I am not in the moment. So I am going to attempt to live in the moment. That is what I have to do. And that is what I want to share with you guys as I discuss just these silly, random thoughts. And I know they're not silly because I don't believe that anything is silly, you know? But everything that we've discussed, the unpacking your hurt, the unpacking your trauma. Today, I think we're going to discuss the art of not giving a fuck, being yourself. And I know that being yourself is not easy. I know it's not easy. I know that it's hard. I know that all this unpacking and unlearning and getting back to your most authentic self, even once you decide to do the work of unpacking, even once you actually do the work of unpacking and you get to a healing place, you still haven't been tested. You still now have to go out into the world and test it. And that is the scary part, because now all those that have benefited from your pain, all those that have benefited from your trauma, from your not knowing, from your ignorance, they are going to be mad at you. And the reason why they are going to be mad at you is because you are no longer serving them, feeding them your energy. They can no longer siphon your energy from you. They not gonna like that. Most of the world's structure is built on being able to siphon the energy of good people, because it is told good people that in order to be good, you must be silent. And here I am telling you to unlearn every motherfucking thing that you have ever learned. And it's okay if you go back to it. But now you're going back to it with a sense of information, with knowledge, with power, with understanding. And everybody's not going to like that, because the world is built on you not liking yourself in order for it to extract all of your glory, all of your gifts from you. Yes, family, society, jobs, men, women, everybody wants to siphon your goodness from you for their benefit. And we've let them, because we've been indoctrinated, right? It's crazy out there. I think about you guys sometimes, and I know sometimes it feels like it comes easy for me to stand up for myself. And the truth is, it's not easy for me to stand up for myself, but it is harder for me not to. Neither is an easy choice, but I'm choosing who I can lay with, who I can sleep with, who I can be at peace with. And once you know peace, it is hard to not want peace in your life. It is hard. And when I see people who say, I want peace, the truth is, peace is a decision. And peace is a decision that you make for yourself. Peace is a decision that you make for yourself. And when you make peace as a decision for yourself, what happens is you cannot ask other people to bring you peace or to be peace. You simply have to curate a life that is peaceful. And with that comes decisions and boundaries and not letting people in. And those are some of the things that you are going to have to do this Thanksgiving. All the things we've discussed come to this moment of choice, of decisions, of boundaries. What are you going to do? Are you going to go back and fail and be that lost little girl or lost little boy who didn't have a voice in the family, who couldn't say how they really feel? Are you going to accept abuse and disrespect and trauma from those who are choosing not to heal? What are you going to do? Have you prepared for this moment? If you have been listening to Run On Thoughts, you are prepared. I know that you are scared, but you are prepared. You can do this. Those of you trying to decide if you're going to go back to your family's home for Thanksgiving, where there is constant chaos and constant melee and constant fuss and constant disrespect, and none of what lives inside of that house lives in you or supports who you really are. If you have to go into environments and situations where you have to dim your own light, stop. Stop what you say. Stop going. Because after you do all of this unpacking and unlearning, I told you guys that you get to curate the life that you want. Have you curated the life that you want? And I'm not just talking about curating a job or a home. You have to curate an environment, a family, a village. You have to have sowed into people so that right now you can reap something positive. When people say you reap what you sow, they're usually speaking negatively, but everything is upside down. You reap what you sow. Meaning this Thanksgiving, my home will be filled with those that I love because I have poured into myself. I have poured into them. I have sowed goodness into myself, into my home, into my loved ones. And Thanksgiving is actually my Christmas gift to those that I love. I don't have to cook every day because I don't have any small children. And I don't want that life anymore. But celebrating and cooking for Thanksgiving is my gift. And because it is a gift that I choose to do, I do it warmly. I do it honestly. I do it with love, full love. I turn on Christmas movies. I put on my Crocs and I begin to start chopping, dicing, doing it all with love. Because when I see people in a full panic about getting this done and being overwhelmed, I'm really never overwhelmed. But that's because if you know me, I'm in a constant state of preparation. I have already set all 3 tables for Thanksgiving. I have set the food table, the dessert table, and my meat table. I am ready to go. We have buffet style. I do not like formal dining. So therefore, anyone who comes to my house knows that this is a mother effing free for all. But if you like formal dining, I think that that's what you should have. That's what life is about. It's not about right and wrong. Because who gets to decide what is right or wrong? You get to simply decide what you want, what you like. Right? If you don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving, don't. I remember when my son was little, he made a calendar. He had to make not a calendar, a paper plate, a placemat for school. And on his placemat for school, he wrote Christopher Columbus was a bad man. And not because I taught him this. It's because he went to a school event and they happened to walk in at the wrong time and they got some information that the school didn't want them to get. But it was too late. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of Thanksgiving. I celebrate Thanksgiving because I get 2 days off. And we get 2 days off almost universally. That means that others get to get off. So we come together and celebrate together because we can. You can change anything. You cannot do anything. You do not have to subscribe to anything. The reason why I celebrate Christmas is because if you know me, you know that I lost my mom when I was just 8 years old before the holidays. And when I went to live with my aunt, Christmas was one of the biggest things that I had ever seen in my entire life. And I'm sure in hindsight, it wasn't that big, but it was big in comparison to what I had. And so being that my birthday is in Christmas, exactly 2 weeks before Christmas, and I lost my mom and it's my birthday, for some that would make the holidays a sulky place. But for me, It's the opposite. For me, it's a time when I feel closer to my mom, excited about my birthday, excited about Christmas, excited about giving, excited about receiving, excited about the lights, excited about it all. It's a choice. I am making a choice to believe in the miracle. I'm making a choice to believe in miracles. I am making a choice to believe in magic because truthfully, y'all, I believe that I came to the wrong motherfucking earth. I think I'm supposed to be somewhere else. I know that my people are somewhere else, but while I'm here with y'all, I'm going to suffer through it and I'm just going to make the best of it. But that's that. I'm going to make the best of it because I have been through some shit. I have been through shit. And now life is good and I'm going to allow it to be good. And even as I say that, something is warping up in my stomach trying to make me not believe that that is true. But remember, guys, you even have control over your thoughts. When bad thoughts come into your mind, you can change them. Close your eyes, snap your fingers and shift. Say something good. Stop punishing yourself for even the bad thoughts because you are a human being. And that means that if you think something bad, you can think something good. You have power. Use your power. See how I'm really all over the place today? And truthfully, this is my real nature. But I want to get back to you going to families and celebrating Thanksgiving. You don't have to be nowhere you motherfucking don't want to be. That's A. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be sweating. You don't have to have a stomach hurting. You don't have to experience none of this shit. You don't have to go. You can pick a couple of friends, right? And y'all can get pizza and y'all can play games. You can create a new way to celebrate that is helpful and beneficial to you. You can make a pot of chili. You can make some nachos. You can make a small Thanksgiving. You can make tacos. You can make nothing. You can have an event. You can go somewhere. You can do something. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You do not have to be around people who do not love you. You do not have to be around people who do not love themselves. You do not have to be with people that want you to suffer. You do not have to be with people that want you to play small. You do not have to be with people who want you to not be yourself, even as you watch them not be able to be themselves. You do not have to be around liars. You do not have to be around predators. You do not have to be around predators. You do not have to be around the people who allow the predator to exist in your life while they judge others. You get to have the life and the curate. You do not have to act like you don't know what you know. You do not have to look at your uncle or your aunt or your cousin and act like they didn't do what they did to you or someone else. You do not even have to accept grandma or auntie who knows what so and so did and still wants you to act like their family and sit at the round table, sit at the square table, sit at the dining table, sit around the living room, a sacred space in my life. Sharing food is a sacred space and a sacred time, and they are asking you to act like your truth is not your truth because you might be the black sheep. And you've been told that the black sheep is the one who brings all the problems. But the truth is the black sheep doesn't bring the problems. The black sheep can't accept the problems. The black sheep can't be quiet. The black sheep can't be reined in. That is what is going on. The black sheep is the truth teller. And liars know the truth. Liars don't want the truth teller around. Liars are the people, or the liars in the family. Those are the people that want you to be the bigger person, while they get to remain small and simple-minded. Yes. Yes. They can't control the small-minded people, so they want to be able to control you, the morally sound one, instead of disassociating and telling the one who brings all the problems to get the fuck out. They want to make you surrender just so that it looks good. And that is not your responsibility. But the truth is, you may not be able to change them. And that is where the heavy heart comes from. The heavy heart comes from loving grandma, or loving your father, or loving someone, right? Because there are parts of them that are good. The hard part comes in knowing that there are parts of them that are bad. And the truth is, there are parts to all of us that are good and bad, right and wrong. We are human beings, right? But just because something is right or wrong, good or bad, does not mean that I have to accept it. I accept you as a human being if you do something bad. I do not have to accept you in my motherfucking life. That's some bullshit. They're family. The fuck does that mean? I choose my family. You get to choose your family. Remember, you get to cultivate the family that you want. You get to make choices. So many of us relinquish our choices to our family, to our friends, to lovers, to work, to the world, to capitalism, to patriarchy, to racism, to any ism. But you don't have to. We've been lied to so that you can just run the rat race silently and do as you are told like a motherfucking robot. And then you wonder why you have no joy? Open your eyes. Make the choice. You don't have to go to grandma's house. You don't have to go to grandma's house. And if you think you want to curse somebody out, you can curse people out in your house. You can't curse people out in their house. But that's why you don't have to go to their house. All year long, you could have cursed these people out or told them your stance. But that's why I know that the table, food, is a sacred space. It's sacred like bathing is to me. Bathing is a ritual that many cultures have. Bathing. You're bathing away the dirt of the day. I cannot go to bed without bathing away the dirt of the day, the work of the day, the harshness of the day. I need to be lathered in soaps and lotions, and my bed needs to be clean. I need all these things, and I know that inherently I was gifted this. And those are one of the things that I'm going to keep. You see what I'm saying? You get to choose the parts of you that you keep, and you get to choose the parts that you have inherited that you don't want to keep. You get to make a choice. It's showtime. What are you going to do? You're going to fly all the way across the country or across the world to be with people that you love, quote unquote, but who don't really show you love. Because the number of you who can love without respect, the number of you who can love without dignity, the number of you that can love without reciprocity, the number of you who can love knowing that you're in the house of a predator, what's wrong with you? The number of you who exist in families that are actually run like a cult, and then you wonder why so many people are in a cult, because you have been brainwashed into being obedient, into silencing the secrets, into keeping the secrets, into acting like your children got to hug people that raped you, that violated you, that offended you, that told you not to be who you are even when they were the predator against you. Make it make sense. You're not crazy. Nothing is wrong with you. You've just been living in the motherfucking matrix of lies, and I am telling you that you get to exist, that you get to live in your truth, that you get to be you, that you get to curate the life and the experience and the journey that you want, that you get to celebrate the way that you want. You don't have to go to Big Mama's house. But I know what the hard part out is. It's not necessarily not going to Big Mama's house. It's like leaving a cult, right? It's not just Big Mama. It's everybody. It's all that you know. It's the perception of the support system that is not even supporting you. This is why during the year, this is why you have to curate a family and curate friendships and curate experiences. You should have been curating a new way that you were going to celebrate Thanksgiving if you were going to celebrate it at all. You should not have been festering in your gut about celebrating with people who don't know how to celebrate you, who don't know how to respect you, right? Who, truthfully, it's all projection. When I see someone not know how to respect you, I recognize that they don't know how to respect themselves, and that's not your fucking problem. You respecting them is not your problem. They don't respect themselves. Most things are projection. I told you guys that someone told me once that they tried to break me. I wish they would have just told me that to my face, because I would have told them that I'm unbreakable. Not unhurtable, unbreakable. You can make me cry. You can make me sad. You can make me a lot of things, but you can't break me, because I'm clear about who I am. So after the sadness, after the cry, I have a place to go to. The place to go to is called Marshall. I want you guys to be unbreakable, but in order to be unbreakable, you have to give yourself permission to bend. Not be bent, but bend. You have to give yourself permission to be yourself. You have to give yourself permission to walk away from those who do not serve the best of you. You have to walk away from people that you do not serve the best for. You have to walk away from people who do not want to heal. Not just talk about the problems. We're existing in a time where everybody knows what the fuck is wrong with them, but nobody is doing anything about what's wrong with them. You got to do something. You got to do the work. Yes, you have to do the work. You can't just unpack it and just unlearn it. Now you have to do the work. You have to do the hard part. Example. If you are afraid to cross the street, you can't just be afraid to cross the street. You have to slowly begin the process of crossing the street. That is the hero's journey. That is what makes you stronger. That is what gives you the ability to feel whole. That is what makes you an achiever and a believer. That is what gives you strength and identity. That is how your self-esteem is built and strengthened. It's by conquering all of these things. So yes, that is what I want you guys to do this Thanksgiving. I want you to make a choice, because I want you to conquer your fears. I want you to know that you are who you think you are, and what others think of you is none of your motherfucking business. You are not a puppet. You are a full human being with feelings. What you are feeling is your truth. The question is, what are you going to do about said truth? Are you going to go to Papa's house and sit and be disrespected? Are you going to ask, why are you not married, when you are watching people suffer in a relationship? Why don't you have children when you are watching a mother be alone and be single and struggle and need money and need resources and not be able to live out her dreams and look drained? And not that neither of those things is unhealthy, but the people who are asking it of you are unhealthy. You would think that only those who are happy in parenting would ask, or happy in marriage would ask, because even as a single mother and a teen mom, and I wasn't really a single mother, and that's because I was a single woman because my son had a full father and a full family and a full village. But the truth is, I never asked anybody, when are you going to have children? Because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being a mother, but I also recognize that it is by far one of the hardest jobs that I've ever done in my life. But I enjoyed cultivating a life with my son and then all of the children that came through him. I enjoyed cooking, cleaning, teaching, reading, playing, being there, instilling. I didn't even have any money. I told you guys how hard it was. I would walk to his school just so that we could take the bus home because I couldn't afford 2 bus fares. But I did the damn thing. And I'm proud of me. And I am proud of him. But I've never said, when are you going to have children, to somebody, because I really don't give a fuck. And because I recognize that everybody is not going to be good at the job. I recognize that everyone does not want to be coupled up. I recognize that some of us are individuals. Some of us are couples. Some of us will be good parents. Some will be horrible parents. Some will be better pet parents. Some of us are joyful. Some of us are loud. Some of us are quiet. Some of us love beige. Some of us love color. It's all beautiful if you are existing in your truth. So I recognize that today, in all of these run-on thoughts and all of these random thoughts, it always comes back to being your most authentic self. And in being your most authentic self, sometimes you are going to have to stand 10 toes down in who you are and make a decision. And the decision is, it's a choice. Are you going to choose you? I'm tired of talking to you guys. Bye.